if fornication and having bastard children was frowned upon like snitching, there would be more families and less broken homes. There would be more wives and less baby mothers. There would be more husbands and less baby fathers. There would be more communities and less neighborhoods. If robbing, dope dealing, senseless murder and violence was frowned upon like snitching, there would be more peace and less war. There would be more unity and less division. Gangster rappers would be shunned instead of embraced, because the saying of all money isn't good money would be implemented. And record labels couldn't spend no amount of money for us to glorify and celebrate our own destruction through music that's made appealing to our youth, because we would understand that the youth's growth and development to be productive fathers, husbands, pillars in their communities, providers and protectors is worth way much more than a dollar sign. It's worth way much more than them being thugs, players, inmates, savages, and gangsters. But no, this is something that many of us glorify. This is something that many of us embrace. Some see it as evolving. I see it as declining. Some call it black excellence. I call it black genocide. Some say that it's a gift. I say that it's a curse. I'm starting to grow gray hair. And every time I look at it, it makes me happy and sad at the same time. Happy because I lived to be able to learn and grow from the bad decisions and choices that I made as a youth. And sad because there are so many who didn't. And there are so many who won't. No, I'm not about that life. No, I'm not about throwing my life away. Nor can you impress me with it. If you want to impress me by not portraying yourself as someone who wants to die young, but rather someone who wants to live to get old. Impress me by being an honest working man, where you are a potential asset to your family and community, where you can be there for those that need you. Not a dope boy who is a equivalent to a short-term asset and long-term liability. Not a dope boy who is equivalent to a short-term asset and long-term liability. There's not a person that raised the bar that didn't set standards. And there's not a person that set standards that didn't make sacrifice. I'm not talking about sacrificing your life because you chose to be a gangster. I'm not talking about sacrificing your freedom because you chose to throw rocks at the penitentiary. That's a selfish type of sacrifice. I'm talking about a selfless type of sacrifice. When you're willing to give all of that up to give yourself a true chance. When you're willing to give all of that up for those that depend on you. When you're willing to give that same loyalty that you gave to the streets to your children. Anybody can be a problem, but it takes for you to be a somebody to be a solution. Anybody can lose their cool within a blink of an eye, a drop of a hat, or snap of a finger. But it takes for you to be somebody to have enough emotional intelligence to not let your intellect be dominated by your emotions. The lack of emotional intelligence is behind some of the reasons for the senseless murder. It's some of the reasons why a few words could get you killed just like that. When I was younger, I was told that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And as I got older, I realized that words can hurt. But do they hurt more than a 20-year sentence? Do they hurt more than a 40-year sentence? Do they hurt more than a life sentence? Do they hurt more than not being able to see your babies grow? Do they hurt more than not being able to share an intimate relationship with a woman? Do they hurt more than not being able to take care of your parents, if you still have them, as they get old in age? Many of us search for love outside of the home because there was none or a lack of it inside the home. I'll tell you what, there's not a person that's in prison, no matter how gorilla, gangster, or tough that you think they may be, that's not trying to find a way to make it out. But who am I? I'm just on the outside looking in.